met, and I'm here to help.
All right, awesome. Hello, Blessed Summit Recovery participants. I am so excited to be here. I have to tell you that we're kind of doing this blind because I can't see you right at the moment, but I am excited that you're here. We're looking forward to the summit tomorrow. We've got some giveaways we want to do. And let me introduce to you the man who solved, let me say that again, who solved the anxiety problem. This is Mr. Daniel Packard.
Thank you for having me, Tanya. Pleasure to be here to support you in your wonderful summit. Hello, community.
Well, I really appreciate it. Tell them just a little bit about you, because that's one of the things we've been doing all week is speaker reveals. So tell them a little bit about you and what you actually do.
Well, my name is Daniel Packard. I like long walks on the beach with a woman who looks good in heels and cowboy. Oh, you meant like the work that I do to heal the planet?
The actual work that you do, yes.
Oh, I do like a woman who looks good in heels and cowboy boots, but that's later. I was connected with Tanya through her wonderful podcast a week ago. We hit it off greatly, and she will be sharing the value of what I do as, can I tell them where it's going to show up? Can I?
Absolutely. So Daniel's going to show up in the bonus section. He's going to be the extra.
Yes, not since my male erotic dancing days have I been called the bonus. So it's a pleasure to be here. And what I do, what I bring to the world is spend 8 years to develop and engineer a program to solve anxiety permanently. So in the bonus materials, which I will be included, I'm going to explain to you the theory of why that's possible, and you're going to learn a lot about anxiety through an understanding of how to solve it permanently and how to make sure that your children aren't anxious, because I know that matters to your audience. So that's what I'm about, but I'm also right here to support you, Tanya, in this wonderful summit and all the wonderful people you have coming.
Well, I really appreciate it. We must tell them that, we are G-rated. So you used to be a comic. And that's where a lot of this fun is coming from. And that's one of the reasons why you're here, is to spice it up and make it fun. Because in this heavy topic of recovery, everything from dealing with substance abuse disorder to pornography to sex addiction to all of those types of things, what we are talking about in this summit has a lighter side to it. So in the transformation for the summit, what I am really hoping for everybody who shows up is to have the opportunity, right, to know that you are not alone, that you have the opportunity to have help and hope, and that you, one person, can change yourself and the whole family. And that's part of what your program's about, right?
Absolutely. So many things. When we're struggling and in pain, we feel so alone, just so alone. And the work that we do, in addition, most importantly, it's effective. That's all anybody cares about, is that we solve anxiety, and we have a high success rate, and you only pay at the end when your anxiety is fully solved. However, part of the reason the program works really well is because you're not alone throughout the program. And it's so important as we go through our struggles. They don't talk about this, about the importance of not just like what tool, technique, modality you're doing it, but like, are you supported as you go through it? I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the world doesn't want to change, Tanya. Oh yeah, shocker. I'm not talking about your in-laws or anyone's in-laws specifically, but they don't want to change. It's scary, and they don't do it. So to anyone in this summit, I congratulate you for having the courage to go and face yourself and want to be a better person. But you need to be supported, and people don't tell you what you need. And so we're here so that you don't feel alone, and so that you don't feel shame and guilt, and understand you're not broken. You are healing to something magnificent. And we want you to know that.
That is fabulous. Because that's one of the things that I talk about, that the speakers talk about, is, hey, we are all creative, resourceful, and whole, just as we are. And working through the process that we need to work through, we have a ton of speakers. So you make the 30th person, and let me share up on the screen who all these other folks are. So this is the tech part that really scares me, but Daniel's here to hold my hand as I do this.
I believe in you. Do you want a drum roll or not? It's totally optional. Drum roll?
I would love a drum roll.
Okay, this may either sound like a drum roll or I have asthma. I haven't tested this sound before, but are you ready?
Kind of. I'm hoping to find this page. Drum roll while I am finding this page.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not AI generated. This is a real, on the fly, first time drum roll. Here we go.
All right. Okay. Hopefully you can see that.
We can.
We will work on, I want to be able to scroll. So let's talk about how the summit is going to work. And I really appreciate the drum roll because that was helpful. So how the summit is going to work is for 3 days, you're going to see all these awesome speakers. And I've got the first day designed with folks who specify that they work with families around addiction. And so Amber Hollingsworth, if you haven't seen her on YouTube, you need to hop over there and see her and look at all the great work that she is doing. She is thousands of videos in. It's amazing. And she helps families, and her down home humor is fantastic. Then we've got Joyce Jones, the Reverend Joyce Jones. She really helps people, Daniel, get hurt in churches too, where it's kind of the extended family. They get hurt in religious organizations. She helps helps build trauma-based churches. And then over here to Bev Buncher, she is so fabulous. She's been doing Be a Loving Mirror for years now. And then Mike Barnes is really the person who started me on this journey. He blew my mind by talking about how when one person has an addiction in the family, the whole family can possibly be responding with PTSD. Another person I would like to introduce, and you can get on the page and go through each one of these separately, is we are going to talk about the hot topic that's coming, and some things that people don't like to talk about is porn reboot. JK Amazy does a fast program for men, and then Ruth Havsavian is talking about women. We never like to talk about women in porn. For some reason, we think that doesn't happen. And then we have another lovely person who is talking about facing sex addiction in marriage. Now, there's another couple folks. Pam Linhart has a great program for families, and Shelby John talks about sobriety bottom. Did you know that you could be sober, Daniel, and not really live in sobriety?
I have no idea what that means, and that's a good thing. I want to hear that.
Yes, we're bringing you in as the anxiety expert. So the other people, I wanted to be more diverse, and I'm bringing in Isabel. She's a functional medicine doctor, and one of the things that she dealt with was not only had alcoholism in her background, but some suicide issues, which we find in a lot of these families. But our next setup
Well, I just want to say one thing. Can I comment on this incredible Avengers level list of experts you've brought in? Well, one is very diverse, which I appreciate. And also, you know, before I became fully Christ enlightened with no problems, I had problems. I didn't have issues. I had subscriptions, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, sorry. I should have said "brunch." And what I appreciate about the summit is that you have a lot of people talking about important topics from different vibrations and different perspectives. And if you want to learn and change and grow, it's a real value to have so many people around one core topic, but coming at it from so many different ways, because often, obviously, people learn in different ways. But when you get vibrationally blasted by different people and different frequencies, I think there's a real synergy to it. If you hear one person's perspective, you nod your head and you're like, oh, that sounds good. But to have so many people with so many different stories and modalities, I think it guarantees people are going to change just because there's so much goodness. And, you know, the fact that there's 3 days is incredible, because it'll give your listeners time to immerse themselves in these teachings and be in it and cook in it. And I just think it's a wonderful thing you're bringing to the world. And I applaud your audience for having the gumption and the commitment to give 3 days and their money and their time to their growth. And I can tell from all these people, they're going to get value and, more importantly, meaningful change.
That is super awesome way to put it. And I love that you put in there diversity and vibration, because that's where we're headed next, is kind of the vibration channel. What we know around addiction is often emotions get stuffed, anxiety appears, all these things appear. So we've got Sherianna Boyle, who's doing emotional detox. Just like you do a cleanse for your body, Daniel, she does a cleanse for your emotions and gives it to you so you can do it really fast so that you're responding instead of reacting. And then Joanna Kim is a feelings translator, which just blew me away. And she uses a lot of art with that. So she talks about that too. And then the thing that I ran into with Stephanie is, I didn't know this. Did you know you can grieve a person who's not dead?
I do now. That's fascinating.
So this happens a lot when a person is disconnected from you. It can happen in a divorce. It can happen with, a friendship that has ended or something like that. But she talks about two different kinds of hope, which changes the whole scope of things. And then in this feelings category, again, this is not dark and depressing. This is how we work through these things. So we added Kaylee with Unstoppable Joy. And man, you just have to meet her to understand what she talks about. Then process addiction. That was a new one in my vocabulary. And that's what Caroline Eck talks about, is process addiction, which has nothing to do with substances you put in your body, but you can be just as hooked on it. Then we've got Anna, who is talking about overwhelm. And one of these addictions, which is absolutely mine, is sugar cravings. Daniel, you don't look like a person who deals with sugar cravings.
No, I'm not. But why do you say that?
Because you look healthy and hearty. Your skin looks great. I'm a former esthetician. All those things look really good. And when you do a lot of sugar, you have a down mood. You really struggle with that. And often people who are surrounded by folks who are struggling with some kind of substance use disorder have sugar addictions. There's a correlation. It's very unique.
Thank you for noticing. I'm going to use that as a shameless plug for myself and one of the benefits of the work that I'm doing. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
So while our program is to help with the pain point of anxiety, what it is doing is it is giving you a very healthy nervous system. Anxiety is a symptom of a fragile nervous system because you were never taught to take care of it. When you have a very healthy nervous system, as you can imagine, well, you can't imagine, well, maybe you can, but I was one of the early test cases. And so I'm very just consistently calm and content because I used my own program when we were developing it. And so because I'm consistently calm, my heart is open, everything's flowing, and I get comments a lot. I'm getting old. I'm like I'm a middle-aged Jewish man. I'm losing my hair. Most people don't guess my age very well, and it's the health. And so I also tell people our program is not just about anxiety. It's about having incredible emotional, consistent health. We can work out our abs, and this is a way to have a strong nervous system that makes you just look younger. So you can do our program to be less anxious, but also just to look consistently younger. Plug, done. On to the next wonderful experts.
There we go. So the other, releasing yourself from crippling shame, is what Marcia Van Weinsberg is going to talk about. Now, I come from a background of a marital relationship that was struggling with relationship with addiction. She comes from a background of where her children at basically early adolescence began to struggle. And between the two of us covering shame together, it is quite a powerful process, and understanding shame can release you from so much. So I really, a lot of the other speakers talk about shame, and Marcia has boiled it down. So you're going to get a lot of conversation of how to lift that. And that is one of the keys to making a huge change. And then Sunny is as bright and sunny as her name says. She has transformed herself, taken on confidence. She's going to give you that boost you need so that you can show up as the person you want to be. And then Soha is just she's going to teach you a recipe for this winter, and not just a recipe, but why it is important to eat in a different way. So she's an exciting place to be. So I really hope you enjoy that. Now,
I'd just like to comment from my heart that the feeling If I wanted to sound really spiritual and like I'm good at what I do, I would use a cool word like gratitude. I'm just jealous. I am jealous of all the value that people are going to get as they go through this. It's just remarkable that you've assembled, again, not just experts, but from these different layers to cover. And I just want to appreciate, I've spent a lot of money, doing courses and things. And oftentimes it's the stuff that sounds good and sells good, like quantum confidence training. But what you brought here is a really beautiful blend of so many important pieces assembled. So I want to appreciate you, Tanya, but also again, how just this is really, I'm jealous. And you know what I think, what we could have, because it is almost Christmas, is I think you have 30. So your listeners could have like an addiction healing advent calendar where sort of each day they get to open up another expert and experience those blessings leading up to Christmas. What do you think?
You're brilliant. I hadn't even thought about that. We started our Advent already, but I hadn't thought you could open one a day. It'd be like a gift every day. And that's the other thing you want to say is every speaker page has a giveaway. So you will get to know these folks through their conversation. And then you will also get to show up on their pages, see their resources, decide if there are people that you want to work with. So when I was sitting alone in the dark with my 3 and 5-year-olds, separated from my husband, searching for information 13 years ago, this is exactly what I would have wanted. Exactly what I would have wanted Daniel's program, and I would have wanted all 30 of these programs so that I could have pulled my life together. So Daniel, thank you for bringing that up. That is a great connection.
Yeah. And I realized you've got the added value of the wisdom of all these wonderful teachers and healers. You have the added value of the free bonus giveaway that each of them gives. So I want you to say, and it's going to be in an advent calendar. And Tanya, I want you to say, this summit puts the ad in Advent. Say it.
This summit puts the ad in Advent.
That's a freebie. That's a freebie.
Oh, that is a freebie. All right. So the third day, I am really, really proud of this third day. So like I said, my kids were 3 and 5. I've got a picture of them up here on my camera so that I can pay attention to where I'm supposed to look. And I didn't know what to do. Their father didn't know what to do. And so we actually connected with a Lindsay Chadwick at the Betty Ford Children's Program. Now, who knew that Betty Ford put together a children's program? It is absolutely awesome. And what it says is something else that I want everybody to take away from this conference is that you can love the person, and here's how they frame it, and hate the disease. So for children, they actually personify addiction. They give them a way to think about it. And there are some huge keys. There are just some nuggets that she has dropped that not only help my learning, but I've carried it all the way through. So you need to hop in on this. And she is in part of our giveaway. We're not going to do it today because she's on day 3, but part of our giveaway, she is giving away some of the books and the videos and the things that they use in their program. It is phenomenal. I can't say enough about her program. And we've brought our children along the whole way. There were no secrets because, as you know, any of you who have kids know more than you do about what's going on in the family. And to kick that off, what we have is Mark Hugh Sam talking about the inner family dynamic. So not only, Daniel, are we dealing with all the people who are out here we can see, but, and you've talked about this too, we have all these people inside of us who are talking at the same time, and they're having a conversation. There's a Disney movie even about emotions. So that's what Mark Hugh Sam is going to talk to us about. And really exciting, we have 2 really exciting guests who are talking about both their own story and their experience. Mr. Kelly Cole, and he is called Mr. Kelly Cole for the reason that Kelly is often a girl's name, but he makes that clear. He took himself from one of the worst places in the projects all the way up to a publishing house, and he has launched a very famous son on the Christian music circuit. He talks a little bit about that. So we're working through that father Father blessing, Father creation in there. And then Nevria Yasel, oh man, she speaks multiple languages, super talented, has worked in forensic psychology, and she has a book called Mom Help Me, and it is for moms of teens, but anybody could read it, and how to talk to them, how to connect with them if there's stuff going on in your house. It is super practical, her conversation. So I invite everybody to be in on that, even if it's nieces, nephews, grandkids. We need all of these people. Now, as we roll down into our last little section, this still really focuses on kids. And Nico has what he calls the no halo story, of that he went from no halo to the person he is today. And his story, and how he really talks about the inner relationship between him and his mom and how that works. So if you want to see some insights on that, Tanya Miles, power packed, absolutely power packed. She's an advocate, and her book is called From the Crack House to the White House. So it's phenomenal how she gets there. Now, with Jarrell, we've got an even more interesting story, because he works with the Center for Change and Motivation. And this is really talking about how behaviors make sense. So a lot of times when we think about those who are suffering with addiction in the family, we don't realize how much we are saying your behaviors don't make sense, when really they do. And he gives us all kinds of really clear examples. And then Tony, Pastor Tony, is a person in my local community who is not only a commissioner, he's a pastor. He was never in recovery himself, but he and his wife felt called as a mission to create a county-wide program. They pulled all the resources together, and he talks about how you can do that in your own county. This is my personal journey right here. Rachel has brought in some centering prayer. So meditation, if you're a meditator, if you are someone who is looking for a way to connect that doesn't have crazy things that you need to do, this is a very simple spiritual practice that in the Center for Contemplative Prayer, Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, everybody is welcome, and it's such a simple practice. So, including Daniel, that is our cast for the next 3 days.
Absolutely remarkable, and I can tell just the care and the curation of this, of all these wonderful people. And also, I want to, just pay tribute again to you, Tanya. We had a great conversation, and the teachings that I was bringing to you that our program for anxiety is about are really next level and innovative in how we're approaching anxiety and solving it. And not everybody gets what we're doing, and you really got it. And I sense the wisdom that you have brought through your own courage and healing. And so, a lot of people can put together a summit who have that masculine build-it energy, but you want someone like you, Tanya, that has the ability to organize and be masculine, but also has this sensitive, feeling, healed, feminine heart, because masculine without feminine is dangerous. Feminine without masculine is kind of useless. So I want to appreciate you. I felt that you have both, and this incredible collection is representative of that. So I have a huge sort of allergic to ineffective spiritual personal development stuff, allergic reaction, and my BS detector didn't go off once in all these speakers. And that's a really good sign, because it means these people are effective. They have real wisdom to share. And yeah, I'm just, in a good way, I'm jealous for all the value your listeners are going to get. And also thank them, because through looking at their own addictions and seeing how they relate to their children, I think it's the most important work on the planet right now, is to change such that how we are affecting our children. As cool as I am, I can't change global warming, but our approach to anxiety and the approach of a lot of your teachers and healers is to be healthier people and to model better behavior for their children. And what we saw in our research was that anxiety is mechanically linked to really the quality of care that you learned from your parents. That's what our research showed. And what behaviors did you learn And we all know that our childhood affects us. We all know that. And if you didn't, that's a freebie. However, for people that look at addiction and really want to show up for their children and really want to exhibit more powerful, consistent, loving behavior, I cannot tell you how that is going to contribute to your children being more regulated, higher self-esteem. It is such a gift that you're giving to your kids and all the people around you by your community doing this deeper work.
Daniel, you need to tell him your combination word for praising people, because you've been doing it all along, and I want everybody to be able to use that with their kids.
Well, I am a elite level appreciator because I had a father who was a physicist who was great with science, not so great with feelings. I know, huge surprise there. And so it was the typical, couldn't be proud of me, couldn't say, I love you, father. It didn't affect me, totally over it. Anyway, and it taught me, certain habits. And as we developed our anxiety program, which is really based in mainlining high-level care into your nervous system, one of the things is to appreciate ourselves. And I have now become someone who is unapologetically appreciative, but even more than appreciation, we have this word that's a combination of appreciation, but the next level, which is to celebrate people, which is beyond appreciation. Celebration is like high fives, gold stars. It's what you give a 5-year-old. And I thought, I want to be celebrated by my team and my friends. So we came up with this word that Tanya is pointing to, which is to celebrate people. It's like appreciation with extra salsa. And I love to be celebrated. I love to celebrate people. And it's also one of the things you learn to do in our program. You can heal your anxiety by celebrating yourself. I know it sounds wacky. So yes, I want to celebrate you, Tanya. I want to celebrate these incredible healers you're bringing. I want to celebrate me for coming up with celebration. Just want to celebrate my butt off. Man, hallelujah. Praises.
So what Daniel's been modeling, and I hope you have seen it. What Daniel's been modeling is he has been celebrating me all the way through this. And I want to celebrate you for being here. Okay? I want to celebrate you for being here. And hey, the other person I really want to celebrate, and she's in the background, is Napuni. She has been by my side, holding my hand, keeping me sane, doing all those things. And what she has put up in front of me is a list of all the people who do not have the all access pass yet. And that's what we want to do, is offer them the opportunity to have an all access pass. Okay. And so,
what a gift. In life, we luckily, a lot of us live in the United States. We have decent access, but all access, who has all access? Jesus, Buddha, they have all access. And to think that you are now going to give your community possible opportunity to get all access? It's incredible. Right before Christmas. It's incredible.
It is right before Christmas. And like you said, this is a 30-day Advent. Did you know? So this is a did you know just for you, Daniel, is the 12 days of Christmas. And being a proud Jewish boy, you probably won't know this, is the 12 days of Christmas before or after Christmas. You have a 50% chance to get it right. Which way are you going?
Before.
It's actually after. It was all celebrated after the 25th.
Wait, hold on. Let me try again. Ask me again. Because now,
okay.
I don't know if you know this, but part of growing is learning. And I feel like I've learned. So ask me again, and I want to see if I've integrated. Ask me again.
All right, Daniel. Are the 12 days of Christmas, as we sing, Partridge in a Pear Tree, before or after the 25th?
So I'm getting like a heavy transmission through my Christmas eye chakra. You have healed me and empowered me to see life differently. I'm going with after.
Woo! Woo!
Look how you coached me to a new potential of Christmas trivia. Thank you. Celebrate you. Go ahead.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, you win because Advent comes first, a little more solemn, and then we do the celebration. So with this summit, we're doing all of it at once. There you go. All right. So here is what we are going to do. We're going to do this a couple different ways because I want to see if this is going to work. So let me throw this up on the screen if I can find it again. Again, it is the tech person in me that is scared of these things. So I need another drum roll, Daniel. If you would, please. All right, we got it. Woo! Okay. These are all the folks with the free ticket right now. And I'm just going to scroll through there really quickly, not to leave privacy undone. So just to let you know that we are actually doing this, and I'm going to take this down, and let's go back to just us. There we go. Okay, so now I have, Daniel, I need you to pick 5 numbers. Let me make sure I've got this right. I need you to pick 5 numbers, and these can be big numbers. This is so much fun. I need you to pick 5 numbers between the numbers 2 and 410. So pick 5 numbers.
Between 2 and 410.
2 and 410.
And in my power right now, I have the ability to give 5 people not just access, but all access?
All access. So no, they don't just get, let me show you this real quick. I think I've got this one up. Death. Okay, we're back. Hang on just a minute. Okay, here we go. This is the thing that really makes this cool. So this is going to go up tomorrow. It's going to be $97. But right now, you can get the all access pass still for $47. So if you don't win, this is just absolutely amazing. Because let me tell you what you're going to get on this. I'm a podcast girl. I really like listening to podcasts rather than watching videos. So you are going to have this podcast for over a year. You can keep coming back to these 30 speakers. You can keep listening to them again, because I can tell you, having listened to them at least twice, all of them, it's dense and you really want to hear it. And the laughter, you would be surprised. This is what I was surprised with recovery rooms, is the laughter is amazing. So not only are you going to get the podcast and the video replays for the next year, you're also going to get all of these other values. You're going to get some tapping. You're going to get a betrayal course. You're going to get Be a Loving Mirror. You're going to get some 5 tips and coaching. Reboot. You're also going to get a membership for Sherianna Boyle. Remember, she's the emotional detox, so that cleansing piece. And then this Big Feelings Masterclass. Oh, this is just priceless. As well as Overwhelm. We've got facial analysis, and then this unapologetic from Sunny. This is fantastic. Our bonus guy, Daniel, has one too. We just haven't had a chance to put it in there yet. And then a copy of this book. And if you're ready to work with Mr. Kelly Cole and figure out how to take your pains into profits by writing a book, this sounds way off course, but you know what? Your story can really help somebody else. So all of these things are going to be included, but also people with the all access pass. Amber Hollingsworth of Put the Shovel Down, huge YouTube channel, and also runs the Family Academy, has offered 2-year-long memberships to her group coaching program. This is huge. So this is over $1,000 worth of value. So 5 of you are going, Daniel's going to pick 5 numbers. 5 of you are going to get that. We will notify you. And then there is still time to join us until, I believe, midnight tonight for the $47 pass. It is more than we packed it with everything we could pack it with. But if you can't do this, please show up on the days. Please come and grab what you want. So as I said, everything's going to be open to you at 8 a.m. Sitting down in front of 10 speakers is really hard for the day. Pick the ones you really need. Surf through, get what you want. Every page will have a giveaway for you, for exactly you, to work with your family and the areas that you need work around families with addiction. So Daniel, we're back over to you, and I need 5 numbers, sir.
Thanks, Tanya. Danial Packard, expert level cell appreciator and number selector, ready for business. I want to appreciate the the organization that you've put together, these resources. Again, not you're clearly setting these people up for success and real change. And as an engineer, the reason our program with anxiety works so well is we engineered it. We understood what did and didn't work and what got permanent results. But you really have to know what you're talking about to engineer something that gets results. And the engineer in me sees all the engineering that you've put into putting together a summit that isn't just a big smattering of smart, wonderful people, but you have really thought of the details to set and really engineered a summit for success. So I appreciate the systems-minded person in you and the value in that. And with that, I'm going to choose, 5 people. It's a lot of power. And as a white, educated male, I already got a lot of power. Apparently, I rule everything. So now I have even more power, but I will not use it against anyone. I am going to use it to release and give all access beauty, connecting with my big, beautiful heart that is fortunately anxiety-free and can feel and tap into the big wisdom. First number being downloaded to me from the divine. Oh, it's a good number. Oh. 217.
217.
What do you think of that number? What do you think?
I love it. That is Anne Marie, and we will get in touch with Anna Marie.
Anna Marie. Awesome. First name Anna, same letter as Advent. Okay? Absolutely. The signs are showing. Okay, next number. Next number. Woo! Okay. Woo, come on. Come on, Danimal. Be the change. 93.
93. Let me find it. It would be easier to do this with my glasses, Daniel, but I have a vanity issue. Can you fix that too? 93 is Nancy. We will get in touch with Nancy.
Oh my God. Her name Nancy rhymes with Gandhi. Can you see? Oh, man. All right. Woo. Here we go. Again, connecting to my healthy nervous system, no anxiety, which your listeners can have by listening to my bonus class. And make sure you don't have anxious kids. All right. And also, I can mess this up because I'm lovable and enough, so I can make a mistake. My value is not my number selecting. All right, here we go. 57.
All right, 57. Let me scroll up to 57. And we have Josie. Josie at 57.
The Josie?
The Josie.
All access Josie?
Absolutely. I'm watching, Napuni is plugging these in, so I'm watching them go up. So if we screw up, she will take care of it all. She really will. Everybody needs the Napuni in their life.
I understand that. Now, a lot of people follow me around the world seeing my number selecting abilities. I haven't just solved anxiety, but I'm really good at picking numbers because the numbers that I pick, like the speakers and healers that you pick, Tanya, are, wait for it, diverse.
Absolutely.
Okay, next number. A lot of pressure. No pressure. I'm lovable and enough. Here it comes. Just to show what a collaborator, give me one number and then I'll riff off your number and people will see real-time spontaneity. Hit me.
Okay, let's start with a 4.
Ooh! That's a good number. Ooh, no. Oh. Ooh. 174.
174. Tracy. All right, Tracy.
Also rhymes with Gandhi and Nancy.
You are kicking it here. All right, Daniel, we need a really big number. A big number. Remember, you got till 410. So find me a big number.
Okay. But also, I will not succumb to your rules. I will do as my heart says. But I appreciate your feedback. Th- 397. Oh, God, that felt so good.
397. You did succumb to my rules. Bye.
No, I listened to your needs and I collaborated with you.
That's the language we're looking for. Oh, Joseph, this is our first male in the bunch. Nice.
You're welcome. Now, one thing I want to point out, it is absolutely wonderful that because by the grace of the Danimal, these people now have all access. So I basically saved their lives and changed their lives. However, by getting it for free, the people that will pay for it, there's also an opportunity there because, as you know, when you invest, you're committing. There's an intention there. So I wouldn't even say that getting it for free is better. So to all those who I wasn't able to bestow all accessity, you have an opportunity to pay for it, which in some ways may make it even more impactful. Just saying.
It gets even better than that. So we are running raffles every day of the summit. So tomorrow is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm losing track of the days already. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're running raffles. And there are more things to be given away. And we will be, for those who are in the All Access Pass, we will be raffling off the 1 year with Amber Hollingsworth. And then Porn Reboot has given us some great opportunities there as well. And we have some other bigger raffles as well as books and information and those types of things. So keep showing up to this Facebook group, because next time we're going to raffle to people who are in the live at 2 p.m. Eastern or 12 p.m. Mountain. And we're going to raffle to those folks only. So it's going to be this little tiny group. So you have a really big opportunity to win. And we have so much to give away. Tomorrow, we will be raffling to folks in the Facebook group the other Amber Hollingsworth 1 year group membership. So be sure and join us. And we're going to ask you to comment over the next 24 hours, because that's how you're going to get more raffle tickets.
Unbelievable. I can't even process how much added value you have added to the advantageous Advent calendar of healing.
Thank you, Daniel. So, hey, I do want to say, everybody who's put comments in, I am thrilled for those comments. Unfortunately, Daniel and I cannot see them. So Napuni is responding. I'm going to get in and respond too. But if you need anything, and just to be very transparent, in a summit of this size, and this is quite sizable, I didn't, all the free ticket people, but all the already all access people are in there too. There will be tech glitches. Reach out to us. We want to help you. We want to get you in here, and we want to make sure you have what you need. So hello at Blessed Family Recovery Summit. I have at least 2 people standing by at all times to answer your email. If you're not getting emails from us, hit us up on Facebook. Find us over there on Instagram. Send us a message. Send us a carrier pigeon. I don't care. We want to help you. Sometimes we miss your email. So make sure you reach out and we get to you. Okay? All right. Thank you, Daniel. I can't thank you enough for being here. I will let you go back to whatever you're doing today, which Daniel's in London. So he was kind enough to be here late in his evening to be available for us. And remember, he is one of the bonuses. So make sure you grab that all access pass and check him out. See what he's about, because this is the man who has solved anxiety and is more than willing for you to be skeptical about the solution he's come up with.
Yeah, and just to be clear, the reason I was added is not because I didn't make the first cut. It's because we spoke very recently and had such an incredible conversation on the topic of anxiety and how our company engineered a real permanent solution that you wanted to add it. So it's not that I didn't make the first cut. Okay.
It is not. It's that divine providence did not bring us together until, as people in this summit may already know, the advertising was already set, and Napuni would have left me, and I would have cried if I had to do that over again. So nobody is second choice. Nobody is best choice. You are all fabulous, and I so appreciate all of you. So thank you very much. Please join us again. Same bat channel, same bat time. And if you're not old enough to know that, ask your parents. Thanks, Daniel.
Thank you.